For more than a century, the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts has been providing community service and paths to economic opportunity. More recently, the League has been more focused on recovery from the pandemic, whether in terms of job training, recruitment for administering vaccines, or access to care for mental health. To tell us about some of the latest efforts is the League's Director of Workforce Development, William Watkins. Thank you very much for being with us, William.
Hey, I appreciate you taking this time with me this afternoon, Chris.
Of course, the most important question about vaccines is whether you've had yours done yet. What about that?
Oh yes, I made sure I gave him my left arm, and it was a prick. It was really quick. I feel fine. Just a little soreness in that area, but nothing I can't handle.
Well, okay, you're doing it, in a really adult fashion, but we all have relatives and friends that we like to be around who might want us to be around them. Anything yet about family response?
Yeah, it's funny. My mom ended up reaching out to me because she wanted to make sure her children were going to get the vaccine. And I mean, she's been around through a lot of the civil rights struggles. So if anybody who would have been apprehensive would have been her. But she was not apprehensive at all. She encouraged all of us to go and get the vaccine.
There have been efforts by the league to help with the outreach around the vaccine, as well as the administration of the shots. Anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, we have been helping out over at the Reggie Lewis Center, providing volunteers, providing jobs to people. We made sure that the Reggie Lewis had people from the community that looked like us, black doctors, nurses, you name it, was there. It was brilliant. And May the 7th, no, excuse me, March the 17th, evacuation day, we're going to do a big ramp up again around about that time to make sure that everyone has access to get vaccinated.
Well, as you can imagine, there are a lot of people out there saying, I really want to get this shot. I'm just having a hard time getting an appointment. Any advice for them?
I would say reach out to the Urban League and let us handle that for you. We have some great friends in the state, and then with the tremendous amount of hospitals here, we've been able to help people navigate those waters.
Yeah. What about some of the other things that you're doing to help people get through some of the economic headwinds around the pandemic? Anything else that you can tell us about?
Yeah, we are, of course, we provide job training programs at the Urban League, and we're about to start up our graphic design, digital uh, graphic design lab on Monday, March the 15th. And we're asking people who are interested in getting into the graphic arts or graphic design to contact us at info at digiul design. So digital at info at digital design.
Well,
Um,
there are people who might not think of themselves as digital designers mainly. Could this also be for other people who are doing business and they suddenly realize that they need to have a digital presence?
Absolutely. A great question. Definitely. We always think about the business card, or we're thinking about a logo, we're thinking about creating a flyer. This program is for those individuals as well, but this program is also for those individuals who want to get into the graphic design business, because a lot of times we are not at those tables where they're making decisions on how to market to a particular community. I remember, and this was one of the reasons why we started Digital, was because there was a cell phone company who had put marketing materials down at South Station, and they were marketing their GPS, capability. and they were saying if you lose your, phone in South Station, you can find it in Mattapan. Well, if there was someone who was culturally sensitive in the room, they probably would have told them that's a bad marketing piece. So we need to make sure that we have voices there. And a lot of what we seen over the past summer about inequality, that's what this speaks to. By leveraging those ad agencies, marketing giants in and around the city to look at different on ramps into those companies. So digital is one of those programs that we offer for people who are unemployed, underemployed. It's done virtually, so a person can get online and be trained in this for 10 weeks. They get $2,000 to earn and learn. So at the same time you're learning, you're earning.
I want to ask you about the value of on ramps because a lot of us have been reading some of the coverage around the recent passing of Vernon Jordan, who was a national leader for the Urban League for a period. He was a social justice warrior. He was a Washington insider, consummate insider even. What do you take from him as his legacy in the work that you do?
Well, man, Vernon Jordan, his shoes are so large, man. It takes about 10,000 moons to fill them. He was that big of a giant in the Urban League and civil rights as a businessman. Vernon Jordan meant so much to so many people from, HBCUs, his philanthropy work. Um, but what I have taken from his life and it's going to live within my spirit is that the fight is not over, and that as long as we have inequality, we have to continue to fight. We look at just this election, and you had people storming the Capitol. Many in our community said if it was us, we would have had a massacre. But you also look at the fact that they're rolling back rights in Georgia and a lot of these state capitals. They're rolling back voting rights. So the people like the leadership like Vernon Jordan, it's the shoulders that I stand on right now is to make sure that we don't turn back, we don't go back to what many might say those great days. They weren't so great for so many other people.
And I guess one of the things I get lost in my version of the shuffle there was how important his work was as far as political engagement, because he really made that connection, between the mobilizing on the street and, getting people into those public offices.
Absolutely, a lot of blacks and brown people who are in office today owe it to that man, owe it to him and other titans who were in the movement. But he made the connection between being on that golf course and saying these are where the deals are done, and getting people into positions of power that we may not have ever thought of in our lifetime.
Uh, Finally, William, we should say that if people have any more questions about things coming up with the league, or how to get involved, or take advantage of a program, is there any place they can go to and find that information online?
Yes, they can go to www.ulem.org, or they can call me directly at 617-446-3224.
Great. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us, and congratulations on that vaccination.
Hey, it's like that too. It's like a celebratory, accomplishment. But thank you, Chris, and your team there. And hey, I'm looking for better days.
Yes, we all are. Thank you very much for being with us. William Watkins from the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts. We'll have more news in just a moment.